Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's get some cameras on. Let's get started. There we go.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm driving, so I'm here though. I'm here.
Okay. You driving to a showing?
I'm going to show a house for Miss Andrea.
Oh, nice. Good. Good. I just showing go last night besides them not liking the house.
It really said she didn't like the house. She didn't like the size of the house.
Right.
And it was very dated. And she was just walking around like, oh, the windows we need new windows. Oh, I need a new bathroom. Oh, this needs to be remodeled. This needs to be this. And I'm just like, yeah, you better not. Yeah. Do you not?
You're breaking up a little bit. You might have to turn the camera off while you're driving.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good.
What's up, Brian?
How you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, man. Good. Yeah, Brittany, again, I don't know if that's going to be the house that they end up buying, but the biggest thing is wanted you to get comfortable with the client themselves. So I mean, that's always the first step, whether they buy that house or they end up buying another one. It's just making sure you build that rapport with them and to get that going. So and he doesn't want to see that flipper as well. I talked to him last night. So he's got a few other ones he wants to probably see this week before they buy. So, but yeah, I think we'll be able to get them under contract this week. So, all right. Well, let's get started. So, say again.
No, I just said it sounds good to me.
Okay. Which week did you guys start on? Which module did you guys each start on?
I started on 6.
6. Okay. So
I think I started on 8.
Okay. Jasmine, do you know where you started at?
Yeah, I started on 9. No, I started on 10.
10. Okay. You got a ways to go. Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, we're on module 1. To me, I think module 1 might be the most important one. Because again, it's a lot of it's about mindset and your schedules. And I think that all 3 of you can really benefit from kind of changing your mindset and getting a little bit more on schedule. Not that you guys are not doing things now, but I think it'll help you a lot when it comes to being super productive. So let me share this real quick. All right, everyone can see my screen now.
Yep.
All right, so wrap up module 1. We'll go through this real quick. I don't think it's gonna be a super long one this morning, but we'll go through. If you guys have any questions, again, the more you guys interact, the more fun it is for me than just sitting up here reading all this stuff to you, which so feel free to chime in. So again, this is a GPS goals, planning, and systems. So we'll just kind of roll through it. A lot of people use affirmations. I'm the architect of my life. I build its foundation and choose its contents. So this is kind of what we're going to go into today is just your kind of your mindset, the tools that you'll be using. In real estate, you really have to be like a business owner, even though you guys work for Real Estate One Group, but you are a business owner and you have to have that mindset. And when you get in that mindset, you guys will start having a lot more success. Reading books, writing goals. The goals is a huge thing. Coming into each of your first year here, do you guys have any goals that you have already set for yourselves? Justin, did you have any sell my first house, or what were your expectations coming into your first year?
Yeah, so I think for my first year, I'd be pretty satisfied if I could get 10 houses under my belt.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of the goal I have for myself.
Do you think that's obtainable at this point in the year?
Yeah, I think that's very attainable.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, it's, we haven't got all the way through halfway through the year yet. You have over 6 months. You could easily do 2 transactions a month for the next 6 months and surpass that goal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brittany, what about you? Or Jasmine?
Can you hear me or no?
Yep.
Okay. So for me, yeah, my goal, not maybe not. I didn't set like a how many per year or whatever, but I wanted to make sure that I was productive for the whole entire year. Whether I sold or not, I wanted to make sure I gained the knowledge and the expertise that I need, so that even if I don't sell what I would expect to sell in my first year, that I know and I can produce going forward.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. I mean, you think about what she says. I mean, obviously
great.
everyone gets their license and they want to make a crap ton of money. Brittany said, "Hey, I just want to grow every day as an agent, whether I'm selling or not. So year 2, I can go out there and be more successful."
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a great goal, and I honestly, just what I've seen in the last 2 months from you, you've done a lot already. You're doing a lot of showings, and you're very active. I mean, I can see all your work in the CRM, so you're doing what it takes. And I think you can be, right where Justin's goal is. I mean, I think you can easily do double digits by the end of the year.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's very important you guys have those goals and figure out how to work it. I mean, Justin, if you said, and starting in January, I want to do 10 deals for the year, right? I mean, it's basically 1 a month, right? You
Right.
have to adjust it, right? Well, now that we're in June, how do I still hit that same goal? Right? How do I make that work? And how much work do I have to put in to get to that? So,
Yeah.
all right. So we're going to talk about like time blocking, accountability, scripts and dialogues, and following up, which you guys know I'm big on that. That's kind of what we talk about every single week. So we'll dive into that kind of stuff. Obviously, your work ethic is really kind of what sets you aside from every other agent. I mean, I think in North Carolina, there's roughly 125,000 licensed people. So when you think about that, I mean, what's going to set you aside from everyone else? And it's definitely your work ethic and how active you guys are. So this is pretty important. I mean, everyone wants to change themselves, and everyone has like your New Year's resolutions in January, and that usually fades out when January 2nd, or maybe you make it in February. 30 to 60 days is a habit change. 1 year is a lifestyle change, right? So this is your first year in real estate. Go ahead and make everything you do your change, right? Focus on this entire year. It's how you guys are going to do business for the next 20 or 30 years, right? This is exactly what Brittany just talked about. Patience, right? I mean, obviously you guys want to come out guns blazing and close deals your first week. And I think, all 3 of you guys will have deals here very shortly. But it is about being patient and just trusting the process. Mindset. Justin, what's your mindset every week? It's Monday morning. What was your mindset going into this week?
My mindset is really just trying to stay productive and on top of things.
Yeah. All right. Personal responsibility. This one's huge as well, because it is very easy to not hold yourself accountable. You have to check in with yourself. You have to be in the right mindset for yourself before you even talk about talking to other people, right? You have to focus on what you want. This morning I have written down, I want to make 50 phone calls today. That's a lot, right? I mean, a lot of people don't make 50 phone calls a month, right? But my Monday goal is to absolutely blast the phone today. And I'll probably set 2 or 3 appointments today, right? But that's my goal. It's Monday. Like, I need to start the week off great. And that's what I want. So I'm going to focus on what I want as soon as I get off here with you guys, right? Maybe you guys said something different. Obviously, Brittany's out doing showings. Maybe her goal is to find a new client today. maybe Jasmine goal is to set a listing appointment. Maybe, Justin, maybe your goal is to organize your CRM, like whatever your goal is for the day or for the week, like just make sure you focus on that and make sure that you guys are getting it done.
Okay.
We'll have to get you guys clients before we focus on the client's needs, but that will definitely come. So I'm not going to read all these things to you guys, obviously, but yeah, there's a lot of dues. This one is a huge one for me. I'm a huge rapport guy. Build rapport and find a common interest, and that's what I do every day. I mean, I ran an appointment yesterday, and the guy was just not giving me anything, and then finally his girlfriend mentioned something about video games, and I was like, oh yeah, I got you. So we started talking about video games. We were texting until like 9 o'clock last night about video games, right? Like, whatever it is that you can find a common ground, building a rapport is going to get you guys a lot of clients. So, and Brittany, that's what I mentioned yesterday. Even though that house was, I knew they probably weren't going to buy that house. And that's not why I sent you there. It's for you to build rapport with them and for them to like you. So they want to continue using for the right house, right? And that's why you're not going in there just showing them the house. You're asking the questions. You're getting to know them, right? And that's what's going to make you guys different from just being, a showing agent that just literally goes out there, opens the door, and lets them walk around, to somebody that they're asking you to sign paperwork, right? And that's what you want. You want them to say, hey, like, I want to work with you. Do I need to sign something, right? And I get that a lot because I spend more time talking to them, right? So obviously a lot of stuff in here, sense of humor. That kind of goes back to the rapport. Taking notes, I find is huge. And Brittany seen me, I mean, Justin, you see me in person as well. I mean, I always have my iPad and I've got my notes up, and I'm just writing down as we go. And sometimes I'm not even writing anything, but it makes them, it looks like I'm listening to everything in, and usually I am writing something. I'm just joking, but show them that you're working for them. That listing appointment that I took on Saturday, I emailed all you guys. Thanks for saying congratulations, by the way, Justin. I get nothing back from that. I'm kidding. But
I saw it. I literally texted somebody though, right when I got that email, and then they texted me back, and I think I'm having a call with them today. So
all good.
I did do something about it.
But no, I did probably.
Brian, can you let me on my computer? I can barely hear you on my phone.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Is that better?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, good. But yeah, I mean, I took pages of notes, and I could tell that every time I took a note, she got more comfortable. So I was just writing everything she wrote down. Though I mean, they people appreciate that because they know that you're working hard for them. Communication is another thing, and again, we talked about some of the other modules as well. When you ask somebody why they're unhappy with a previous agent, it's always, I never heard from my agent, right? We sign paperwork, whether it's on the listing side or the buying side, and that's it. That's all I hear from them, right? I have clients that I have, I've got a house that I haven't had any activity on the last week. I'm going to reach out to them today. I don't have any update for them. I'm just going to reach out and say, hey, I'm here, I'm working. How was your weekend? Just to check in, right? So even if you don't have anything, communication is still very, very important, because you don't want to get a bad reputation, right? And that's going to affect all your future business. You should never do this. You should never put down your competition, right? So when people say, hey, my last agent was lazy or they didn't communicate, don't say, oh yeah, that agent sucks, right? Just like, well, this is how I do it, right? I'm probably gonna call you too much, right? And just make a joke about it. But yeah, the putting down your competition should absolutely never happen. Losing your cool. Listen, there are times that I want to wring my clients' necks. And I've got 3 closings this week, and 2 of them, they don't always go smooth, but you can't lose your cool, right? Understand this is, the biggest transactions of most people's lives is buying and selling a house, right? So they're stressed out and frustrated, right? So you have to take everything with a grain of salt, and just always stay focused on the end goal, right? Is helping them buy or sell a house, and not get negative with them. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all of these to you. Visualizations. Any of you guys been doing any like extra training or listening to podcasts or doing any of that kind of stuff?
I've been listening to I think it's called Tom Ferry podcast. I've been listening to him a little bit just on different real estate topics. It's been
Right.
kind of interesting. So I plan on listening to him more.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, drop some people off, got some people back in. One of those mornings.
Yeah, it is.
It's gonna be a hot one today, guys. I mean, 98 today. It's gonna be 100 all week. Let's see. All right.
Jeez.
Fauna, how are you?
Good. How are y'all?
Good, good. Just having a little fun on a Monday, kind of blasting through this so we can bang on the phones a little bit.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So kind of going back to the podcast and things like that, Justin, you know, your daily affirmations, your mindset is going to come a lot from that. When you get done with a podcast or even to a YouTube, you know, about being a successful agent, I mean, that kind of stuff like helps your mindset a lot. So I watch this.
Yeah. I've noticed for me, it kind of like gets me more motivated. Because it just like I start hearing it and then getting excited, and then like I want to like go on my Instagram and make a new post or something, or just like do something. So I kind of been using that as a motivation.
Yeah, and that's why I sent that email on Saturday that I took that listening. It wasn't a brag for me, but it's to motivate you guys, right? Like it's just because you maybe didn't have any success last week doesn't mean we're not gonna have success this week, right?
Right.
I think the more that you see that it, you know,
Right.
people are out there buying and selling, even though the market is shifting, things are still going. So you guys have to stay focused. So the more you guys watch that stuff, and you know, if you click on one thing on Instagram or one thing on YouTube, you're going to keep getting more of that stuff. So I mean, you know, when I scroll to my YouTube, it is nothing but real estate.
Yeah.
Real estate. Back to it. Again, the daily affirmations. I'm not going to read those to you guys. Yeah, I mean, these are kind of all things that, you know, we kind of all need to have to be successful. You know, a smartphone and laptop are almost the same these days. It doesn't matter what you have. I use an iPad because I enjoy that. But whatever laptop you have, if you guys are going to be taking your own pictures, obviously have a good camera. And that's really how you set it up in your listing presentation, right? And depending on what type of house is, you know, do you want to pay a photographer or do you want to do the pictures yourselves, right? So that really depends on how your visit goes. The listing I took on Saturday, I knew I was not going to do the photos for that place. It needs drone pictures. I don't have a drone. So before I even asked for the business at the end, halfway through, an hour in of the 2-hour appointment, I was already had her scheduled for Monday for pictures. So she has pictures this morning at 10 o'clock before she's even committed to me, right? But I'm just like getting yeses throughout the process because I didn't want to have to take pictures. But there are a lot of homes I do that I do my own photos. And sometimes I'll do them while I'm still there the very first visit, right? I've got a lockbox, yard sign, and camera on me, and we wrap everything up while we're there. If you're going to have 8 people in your car, you know, a lot of times you're meeting people at the property, but sometimes you might have 6 or 7 showings and you're going to have your client ride in your car with you. Clean it up, you know, have it look presentable. I think probably everyone already has a name tag and a pin. If you don't, reach out to Amanda. She usually does bulk orders and she can get you guys one. Stamps. I don't know who uses stamps anymore, but I guess you're doing mailers, you could do that. And this is just basic office stuff, right? I mean, we're not gonna go through all that. Jasmine, did you get your business cards yet?
No, I haven't been down there yet.
Missing out.
I know I work 8 to 5 during the week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Right. Well,
yeah.
like I said, if I'm down there next time, if I need to get them for you and meet somewhere closer, I can do that for you as well. But that office is, I mean, it's 24/7. So if you need to go on the weekends or after hours, I mean, you can go anytime you want. So You handed them out to anyone yet, Justin?
Hell yeah, I have. I freaking
They-
love
They look good,
those
right?
things, dude. I've been handing them out like candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people at my work, they know that I just started real estate, so I was excited to show everybody at work. So gave them some, and then my neighbors, my family, and then I just keep a few strapped on me, ready to be given out.
You never know. You might walk into Walgreens and meet somebody.
Exactly,
You
exactly.
keep one on you all the time. But yeah, they look good. They all came out really good. So Jasmine, as soon as you can, again, it's in the Fort Mill office in the very back. There's a box on the second level where the printer is. If you go there and you can't find it, just let me know. Yeah. So know your market. Any of you guys do this? Do you guys take time every day to see what new active listings are out there? Honestly,
I honestly don't.
anyone else?
I do every morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good habit to have, right?
Yeah, that is a good habit.
You know, understand when you get a listing and something goes live, the people that are calling right away, they're calling so quickly because that's what they do every day, right? They're constantly checking what's active, right? So check that, right? The reason we do price reductions is because it pops up in the MLS and it refreshes it, right? So there's a list of price reductions. So those are the type of things you want to see every day because it's gonna make you the professional. Like how long is stuff staying active? Why are people doing price reductions, right? The more you know, the better it's going to be, especially if you're having a bunch of buyer clients. But you want to see what your competition is, and you want to be on top of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, you guys should be checking out properties every day. You guys should spend. I'm not gonna tell you how much time to spend, but you should be logging in your MLS every single morning, like first thing, right? Your CRM, obviously making calls in your MLS to see what's out there. Yeah, this is just about kind of what are your strengths, what are your patterns, and how can you change that to make it more fit for real estate. I'm gonna send you these slides as well, so you have them. I'm gonna roll to the next one. It's just what can real estate bring to your life, right? I mean, obviously right now you guys are just getting started and all, hoping to get your first deals, but as you build a career and a legacy, right, you're gonna have something that you can pass down to your kids. And the more successful you are, the easier it is to get more business, right? I mean, once you have 10, 15 clients, those clients are gonna be referring people to you on a regular basis. And then 6 months, a year, 2 years down the road, those people are gonna be buying and selling again, right? So it's all about, having that business mindset.
Right.
And again, I'm gonna send you a couple of the other attachments that are kind of like you guys can set a yearly, weekly, daily business plan. But it's something you'll want to put together. And I'll send this to you guys after we get off of here so you guys can start filling it out as part of your rev up process. But you should definitely, kind of like we talked about in the beginning, you should definitely have a business plan. You should definitely have goals and a way to track those goals. Like just we talked about earlier, if 10 is your goal in January, you have 0 right now, halfway through, we have to adjust those goals, right? So instead of 1 a month, now we need 2 a month, right? And those things have to be adjusted. And there's gonna be a time till you guys are ahead of your goals, right? Do you adjust it and raise your goal? I mean, that's, or do you take time off at the end of the year? Hopefully not, but that's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is pretty important as well. I mean, obviously you have everyone in Realty One Group, right? And you guys have me, which you may or may not like, but having everyone else in your toolbox is so important, right? So everyone should have a mortgage person that they like, if not 2 or 3, right? So I have 2 or 3 kind of go-to people that I know, depending on the person's personality and kind of what their needs are, I can send them to them, right? And you should have close relationships, and those mortgage people should be reaching out to you and taking you to lunch, right? Getting to know you, because that's where a lot of their business comes from is us agents, right? So if you haven't already, and if you need somebody, let me know. I can introduce you guys to people. But you guys should be on a regular basis contacting your mortgage person if you don't have someone to bring to them, right? Because they're constantly having, my guy Matt sends me stuff like every other week of a new program coming out, right? Rates have gone up so much in the last couple of months, things have changed, and he keeps me informed, so I know what to tell my clients, right? Attorney, you should have, one or two go-to attorneys as well. Inspectors, warranties, home repair. I have a couple of people that I use, not really lawn care people, but if I've got something that needs to be repaired in the repair process, I've got 2 or 3 people I can reach out to say, hey, they got a leak in the roof. Can you get out there next week and fix that? Right. And I know that they're reliable. They're not going to overcharge, and they're going to get it done correctly, and they can sign off that they did the repairs. Right. It makes you look like the professional. And then when you're trying to get new clients and you let them know that you already have this kind of stuff, they love that, right? The same thing with movers, right? The listing I took on Saturday, when I told her that I had movers that could help her out with, she got so excited because she doesn't know anybody, right? That makes me look like more of the professional because I had those options for her already. So build your team. Let's get this one, the big picture. We kind of talked about this already. Where are you now? Where do you want to be? How do you get there? A lot of that is, again, mindset and blocking things off and making your calls. If you don't have any kind of income goal, you should work on that. I'm going to send you guys a worksheet for that as well. Can you guys see this page? It's got it's a little small, I apologize. But this is kind of what your goal is, right? So if your goal is $100,000, right? Are you more on the listing side, or are you more on the sales side? Like, the buyer's agent, a lot of agents are buyer's agents. So this has 70% of your income is going to come from being a buyer's agent, 30% listing. If you want to make 100,000, let's just say your average deal is $270,000 house. What's your commission off of that, right? If your average commission is $5,500, how many do you need to sell, right? So if your goal, Justin, is to make 100,000, you're gonna need 12 buyers and 5 sellers, right?
Cool. Okay.
And obviously you guys can adjust that, and you can, again, those are just averages, right? And in this market, 270 might be on the lower side. But not always. I mean, Brittany, the one you went to yesterday was what, $130,000, that house? I think.
137.
Yeah. And again, don't shy away from those because there's, smaller commissions. I'll take $100,000 listings over $1 million any day of the week, just because I know I can sell them faster. And if they fall out of escrow, I can get them sold right again the next day. Right. So don't shy away from smaller volume stuff. Obviously the big stuff is always fun. Say again. Okay. But yeah, so this is, and I'll send this to you guys so you guys can play around with it. If the average price is 500, these numbers change very quickly, right? So this is a good representation of where you need to be, right? So if, Justin, you mentioned 10 your first year. Well, if your goal is 100,000, maybe it needs to be 17, right?
Yep.
Which again, it's doable. We just got to figure out how to get those numbers. How many deals do we need a month to get you there, right? So I'll send this over to you so you guys have that. I'm going to come up with this in a minute, but this is kind of your daily habits, right? Make 3 calls, add 3 new people into your CRM, and then you'll have a note for each one of those. So you have 6 notes overall. Justin, could you complete this for a whole week, do you think?
Yeah, for a whole week, I think.
Yeah. I think 3
not
calls
a daily thing though.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, when you start getting into a habit, you'll find that the more stuff you write down for your goals, the better it is. And I do this. I just write it down on my notepad, how many calls I make each day, and I don't really do anything with it, but it keeps me motivated to do as much as I did the previous week. And I know everyone has different schedules, and maybe it's not every Monday through Friday that you do it, but maybe Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, those are your call days, right? So you make 5 or 6 calls each one of those days to make up for the other days. So whatever your habits are going to be, just write them down and just try to stick to them. Scripts and dialogues, we'll get into this as we go into some of the other modules, but that we do have scripts for all this stuff, expired listings, forced to buy owner, what are the rebuttals and objections to that kind of stuff. So we'll get into those as we get into some more of the modules. The yearly, monthly, week, again, we kind of talked about this. I'm going to send this to you guys as well. This is good to fill out. Fill this out, put it in your drawer, and then check on it once a month and see if you guys are on pace to do that. Again, this is kind of what we've already spoke about. Keys to achievable outcome. How do you actually get to the finish line from where you guys are right now? And I'm going to send this to you guys as well. And this is what we just talked about in that other worksheet. What's an average sale price in my area? What's an average commission per side, right? The buyer side is typically a little less than the listing side, right? So if you're doing a lot more on the buying side, right, to get your numbers right, you might have to sell a little bit more. On the listing side, you guys get to control that. The listing I took on Saturday, I did a 6% total. And I did a 3.5, 2.5 split, meaning I'm taking 3.5% as a listing agent, and whatever a buyer's agent brings somebody, we'll get 2.5, right? That's what I chose to do on that particular listing. But you just have to figure out what your niche is, like what average homes are you working with, and what's the average commission, so you guys can figure out how many transactions do I need to do each year to hit my goal. How much is your time worth? Ooh, that's a good question, right? So, again, it goes into how much time you guys can put into it each week. And I'm not gonna keep harping on that, but I think doing time blocks, blocking off time every single day or 2 times a week, 3 times a week. I know you guys have other jobs that you're doing right now in the meantime, but blocking it off on your calendar from Justin, maybe for you, and you can do mornings because you work in the afternoons. Maybe it's 9 to 10:30, right? Put it on your calendar so that you get a notification, and you take a break before 9 o'clock, and then at 10:30 you take a break, and you're done. But that 9 to 10:30, you've got your phone on do not disturb, and you're just doing work.
Okay.
And that's going to help you kind of achieve your goals a little bit better. You've got to put the time in and figure out what your worth is. Again, planning and tracking. I'm not going to read each one of these for you guys. Yeah, I'm not going to read that one. Time blocking, we just talked about. I guess I jumped ahead of myself. I've done this one a time or two. Time blocking is huge, and this is something that's made me so much better of an agent. And I'm sure Kaswana can tell you the same thing. Like having a set schedule is huge and paramount for you guys being successful. So the day gets away from you very quickly, right? I mean, we're done with this meeting here in the next 15 minutes. All right, just go have breakfast. Just play on our phones for a little bit. Call our friends. Next time it's lunchtime. Next thing I know, I'm going to my evening job, and the day is gone. And I haven't done any real estate yet. So that's why blocking time off is going to help you guys so much. Accountability. Obviously, I'm here for you guys for being accountable, and you guys know when I go to your CRM and I see that Brittany hasn't contacted the lead for 24 hours and yell at her. But yeah, I mean, that's, you guys can always reach out to me and say, hey, Brian, like, I need you to stay on top of me a little bit more. Right. If that's what you need. And some people, that's how people respond to them. Right. Some people need that constant coaching and that constant kind of following up. And if that's what you want, let me know. I mean, I'm happy to do even more than I'm doing right now. Justin's like, stop calling and texting me. Um,
No, it's good. It's good.
yeah. So that's in the beginning. You need it to you get into that rhythm.
Yeah.
But prospecting, I'm sure you guys have seen this on pretty much every module. Especially for new agents, friends and family is where most people are going to start, right? I mean, you already have that network. Those people already trust you, and they don't care that you just got your license 8 weeks ago, right? They want to work with you because they like you. And that's such an easy place to start. And then you go out into your community and you're in your jobs. Just you mentioned, social media, church, your neighbors. That's another close group of people that are going to trust you. And then you're going out a little bit farther. I would say almost all my stuff comes from this outer circle, to be honest with you. I don't
What's
post
farming?
Farming is calling like a whole neighborhood. Maybe they're not specifically, you don't even know if they're selling or not, but you're just kind of going through everyone and just saying, introducing yourself and seeing if they potentially might sell in the future.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. Versus cold calling, where you're probably calling like expired listings or for sale by owners, more of a dedicated thing. So it's a lot of people are going to do a lot of each. You guys can do direct mail, online ads. Obviously everyone has their website set up, and then whatever networking groups you have, but find out what works best for you. But again, for new agents, a lot of times your first deal or a couple of deals will easily come from your friends and family, just because they already know you and trust you. And that is pretty much it. I know we went to that kind of quick this morning, but everyone feel pretty good with that?
Yeah, I like that one. And this was the first module, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
So this is module 1. So you'll each go up till, I think, Justin, you have another 5 weeks. Jasmine, I think you have another 8 weeks to get finished. And I'll send you guys your worksheets so you guys can get them filled out and sent back in. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
Nope, I like that one.
Everyone's
I'll probably call you a little bit. Brian,
okay.
on break.
Sounds like you're under Lake Norman right now, underwater.
Yeah, back of a warehouse complex building.
Yeah, give me a shout when you get done, and then I'll also help you kind of walk through sending out the buyer agency agreement to that client I introduced you to yesterday.
Okay.
We might wait till they find the house they want first and kind of send it to them all at once, but we'll play that by ear since I already know.
I got a quick question about that. When do you typically get a buyer to sign a contract? Is it before you show
Depends.
houses? Is it something typically after?
I mean, like the buyer agency agreement.
Yeah.
It depends. I mean, there are times where I go out there and meet them at the first house, whether they like it or not. I'm going to go ahead and have them sign it. Sometimes I wait till the second or third house. It always depends on your rapport you have with them.
Okay.
I like to do it pretty early. If I get home and I feel like we had good rapport, and whether they like that house or not, a lot of times I'm just going to go and email it to them, say, hey, I just want to go ahead and send this out there to you. I enjoyed our meeting today. I'd really love to work with you. I'd love to be the guy that helps you find your next house. And I'll send it to them. And then if they don't sign it, the next house I show it to them, I'll pull it up on my iPad for them and try to have them do it then.
Okay.
You don't want to be super pushy with it, but also like there's nothing wrong for asking for it, because you are, you already working for them. You're already driving out and doing the showings and doing the research and stuff. I typically do it pretty early.
What's the typical buyer like contract for? Is it is there a time period, like a 2-month?
It's up to you. This one, I don't know if you have like a set time. I normally do 6 months.
Okay. So you do that for your buyers and sellers?
Yeah, I normally kind of do everything in 6 months unless they're going to object to it. But typically buyers aren't going to object to that at all. But again, you might have somebody that you show 10 houses and then their credit's not where they need to be. And they're like, hey, I don't like the rate I'm getting with my current credit. I'm going to take 6 months and work on my credit. You still want to be able to have that client when they get back, right? Because you've already invested a lot of time in doing that. So that's why I like to do a little bit longer, just in case the process takes a lot longer.
Okay.
But I mean, whatever your comfort level is, I don't usually get any objection to that. I know some agents will put a year in there. But whatever you feel comfortable with.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know.
Well, good. If you guys don't have any other questions, again, I know this was a quick one, but I'll let you guys get to making your calls and getting some work done. You guys have a good one, and then I'll email the three of you guys this afternoon and probably for training for tomorrow or Wednesday. That works for y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Okay.
everyone.
Thank
You
you.
guys.
Bye.
Hey, Brian.
Hey.
Just so you know, I'm going to a Blue Marlin fishing tournament this week.
Oh, you told me that. That's right.
Yeah, so I'm leaving today, but I'm gonna have my laptop and stuff with me. I should be able to get onto the meeting tomorrow morning. I just might have to reschedule. I'm getting a haircut.
Yeah, that's fine. You need the haircut. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going short.
I'm kidding.
No, I do. It's too long now.
No, that's fine. I'll just plan you not being there. And if you have any leads that come in, or I can polish your leads if you want, or you can just let me know if you want me to reach out to them for you.
Yeah, you can still send them because I'm still gonna
Okay.
bring my stuff and at least make the contact.
Yeah, but if you have somebody that reaches out and wants to actually talk and you're not in position to talk, just let me know and I'll jump on the phone with them. Or if they end up scheduling something, let me know. I'll be happy to meet with them.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask you because I did this guy Clayton is his name. I texted him this morning, but we talked on Friday or Saturday,
Mhm.
and he's looking to buy an investment property and he has $15,000 to put down. And we had a good conversation and he said, text me on Monday and we'll set up a call. So I
Okay.
just texted him, waiting to hear him back. But yeah, if he wanted to end up seeing something this week, then yeah, I might need some help.
Of course, yeah. Just let me know. I'll be happy to do it.
Cool.
All right,
Awesome,
man. I'll
man.
talk to you before. Good luck at the tournament.
Thanks. I'll see you
All right.
later.
Bye.
Bye.